everybody, welcome to today's episode of DownStream Outdoors. Today on DownStream Outdoors, we're getting into something a little bit different. Today on DownStream Outdoors, we're going to learn how to make an all-natural wood stain. Okay, the reason for this is it's this time of year, it's middle of November, people ought to be starting to think about Christmas gifts and such like that. This year in particular, I'm making a handmade cane for a family member, and I wanted to stain it up because it's a real nice maple, but it's very light in color, so I wanted to darken it a little bit, maybe bring out some of that wood grain in it a little bit better, but I wanted to do it all natural. So this year what we're going to do, I went out and I found a bunch of these black walnuts. Okay, you got the black walnuts, they still got the husk on them this time of year. If they haven't been run over too much, you can see there's still some green on them, but you want the good, soft, real mushy ones. Okay, and then you're going to need a good stainless steel pot. I don't need a whole bunch, that's why I'm just using this small pot here. Couple other things you're going to need to fill this up with water because that's the base for our stain. Here's a biggie. You either need to do this one outside or have a very understanding partner. In this case, my girlfriend's not home right now, so I can get away with doing this one at home, and that's where we're going to take this next. So we're going to take this back to my place, we're going to put this on top of the stove and start making our wood stain.
Alright, here we are. We're back home. We filled this up with a good bit of water. You can see the bail on this particular, the handle on this particular pot, it actually folds over, so we just kind of folded that over to help keep the walnuts from floating up out of the water while we're cooking it. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a boil real quick, and we're going to turn this down to a little simmer, and we're going to let that simmer on there for about an hour. And then we'll stop back and we'll check on it here in a little bit.
Alright, here we have our mixture here with the walnuts and the water that we boiled for about an hour. It's cooled down now, so we can go ahead and work with it. First thing we want to do is we want to filter it. Okay, we want to get the water and the walnut juice off of the juice off of the walnuts. So all I got here is just a little paper cup, and this here little strainer here, it just fits perfectly in the cup. Nice and gentle, just pour it off. Oh, it's nice and dark. Got a good dark color to it. And you can actually see it in there a little bit. It looks like coffee. I have the cane that I'm working on here, but we're not going to test our new stain out on this cane yet. What I do have is the extras from the cane. This here is what I cut off to get the cane to the right length for the person that it's intended for. And I took and I sanded down this a little bit here so it's a little bit closer to what we're actually going to see on the cane. And then all we do is just simply rub it on like you would any other stain. And you can see it darkened that up already just a little bit. What we'd want to do is we want to let this dry and then reapply. And every time you reapply, it's going to get a little bit darker and a little bit darker, just like a traditional wood stain. Most commercially made wood stains would get a lot darker on the first step, but it's the first step, and we're using all natural ingredients, so we got to use a little bit of patience. So we let that dry on there. We hit it again. See, each step it gets a little bit darker and a little bit darker, and I do believe that there's going to work out pretty nice. It's going to bring out some nice color in that wood. I may hit it here with about 3 or 4 coats ultimately and really get a nice dark finish to it,
But I would absolutely use this again, and maybe it's something you could try if you're trying to do a little bit of a wood crafting project this winter while we're stuck indoors. And with that, until next time, keep your line wet and out of the trees.